you just love going to outdoor music concerts and festivals, enjoying tunes and art in our beautiful natural environments?
For 8 days out of the year, this bushland accommodates 30,000 festival goers who come here to dance, camp and celebrate. But for the other 357 days, this is home to our native wildlife.
So how can we keep them safe from the city of music lovers that temporarily move in? Matt is the Bushlands manager and an expert in how humans can responsibly share the space with the local animals.
Hey Matt, lovely to see you. Now this site is pretty famous in Australia for music festivals. What's it like when the festivals are happening? Because it's your job to look after it.
It is, Stacey. It's quite an amazing place because it's like putting a whole new city down on North Byron Parklands. It's about 270 football fields in size.
What are the wildlife that call this place home?
Well, we only operate for about 8 days of the year, and the rest of the time we're adjoining a national park, so we do have a great wealth of different species. We've got lots of water birds, 106 different types of other birds. We have our mammals, reptiles, and we haven't seen any koalas yet, but we know that they live further afield, and so we have been planting lots of trees to make sure they come and see us as well.
To attract them to here.
Absolutely.
To make sure these festivals are as gentle on the environment as possible, the good green practices start during the celebrations themselves.
So having so many people on site does require us to also pay attention to the environment. So we put a whole range of environmental programs in to lighten the footprint.
Living green is one thing, but there's still thousands of people making lots of noise at festivals.
So how do you monitor the effect on the wildlife?
Well, the best way to do that is to do a before, during and after monitoring regime, and that way it gives us a great range of data sets to maybe make some fine tuning if we need to, such as not illuminating forest blocks at night because then that might scare away the bats. So we're constantly learning ways to manage our impacts, and this monitoring technique is one of the great ways that we can do that.
Before it became protected bushland and a site for famous festivals, this was a property used mostly for farming.
Over the last 100 years, this property has been mainly used for agricultural purposes, and over time it has degraded to a degree, and so what we've done is take on board a whole range of rehabilitation programs, including tree planting. So we've planted around 20,000 trees on site today, and we're also looking at removing a lot of the exotic weeds that have come to the site as well.
So a lot has happened, obviously, since you've had the site, and replanting is so important, and I guess it's still happening. What's the next replanting? What's happening at the moment?
Well, we're really excited because what we're doing now is we're bringing around 300 school kids to the site over the next 4 days, and they're going to plant around 1,400 native trees on the property, and we just love that because the more trees on the site, the better the health for the environment.
Coming up, we find out exactly how you plant that many trees in such a small amount of time.